How's everyone doing? We're talking about how to protect our energy for 2021.
Welcome to the Boss Ladies Mindset channel, powered by Crown for Success, the largest women's empowerment network for soulful CEOs on social media. We are a coaching business that mentors and motivates women to reach their highest potential in business and mindset mastery. Each one of our episodes will share valuable tips, resources, interviews, and empowering information that will help boss ladies design a life and business they're crazy as fuck about.
So I'm burning sage tonight because we are talking about how to really protect our energy, right? We're going to talk about protecting our energy for 2021. So this whole month I'm talking about how to really create the most incredible, magical 2021, the best year that you've ever had. So that's what we're talking about the entire month of January. So we've talked about, going over reflection. We talked about setting boundaries. We've talked about self-love. We've talked about, now tonight we're going to be talking about protecting our energy. So every single night, Monday through Friday, I will be live here talking to you all about how to create the most magical 2021 that the most magical year you've ever had. All right. How to turn that into the most magical year. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Wendy Porter, and I'm the soul and sass behind Crown for Success and Boss Ladies Mindset, and we are the largest women's empowerment network for soulful CEOs on social media, with a following of about 1.5 million women on Instagram alone. And we are a coaching business that mentors and motivates women to reach their highest potential in both business and mindset mastery. So that's what we do. All right, we're gonna have fun tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is gonna be all about how to protect your energy. And as you saw, I have my sage here. Sage is really used to smudge your home, to really kind of just ward off any negativity that you might have in your home or around you or your space. So I use sage to do that, especially the new year. That's kind of a tradition that I do every New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, is sage the entire home and the entrances, just to ward off any negativity from previous year and to bring in nothing but positivity and love into 2021. So you can get sage really anywhere. Amazon sells it. You can get it from the mall, even they have it. So feel free to get some sage. You can you just light it with the little fires, and then you can put it out. It's easy to put out, and you just walk around your home. You can use a mantra when you are saging, depending on what you're saging for. And let's find out what mantras. So here's some mantras. So I cleanse my home of any heaviness and negativity. So when you're smudging your home, you can say that. I live in harmony of mind, body, and spirit when you're smudging your surroundings and your aura and yourself. I am grateful for health, abundance, and happiness. I release all energies that do not serve me. I release conditioned patterns and trust the universe and my intuition to guide me. I release any worry from my body and my home. I am filled with love, light, and peace. I release attachment and call in freedom. I choose joy. I call in protection from any negative energy. So you can smudge yourself, you can smudge your space, your workspace, you can smudge your home, you can smudge the entranceways, just to bring in more positivity and to clear out any negative energy, okay? So that's one way that we can protect our energy, is by smudging. Another way is also by crystals. There's a lot of healing crystals that kind of ward off negative energy that you can use as well. So crystals, I live near Sedona. It's about an hour and a half away from me. So I love to go to Sedona and pick out crystals that I like. So, but you can also get those on Amazon. Amazon has everything nowadays. So ways that you can protect your energy is by learning how to say no, right? And us women have a really hard time with saying no because we are nurturers by nature and we are pleasers and we try to please everyone around us. So we a lot of times have a difficult time saying no. But in order to protect our energy, we have to learn to put ourselves first and say no to the things that we really don't want to do, right? So I want you all to think about the things that you usually say yes to and try saying no to them this week and report back to me and let me know how it goes. So send me a DM. I'm curious to see how it goes once you like say no to something that you typically say yes to that you really don't want to say yes to. So that's one way that we can learn to protect our energy in 2021 is learning to say no. If it does not serve us, if it is something that we really don't want to do, learn how to say no, okay? It's okay to say no. It's okay to put yourself first, right? Okay, the next one is to set boundaries. Boundaries and why it's so important to set boundaries, and how we need to really protect our energy by setting boundaries, whether that's in relationships, whether that's with family, whether that's with friendships, it doesn't matter, but we need to learn how to set boundaries. We need to know what we will and won't put up with, and those boundaries need to be established. They need to be established really early on, especially in relationships, so that they don't continue to cross the line and take you for granted or take advantage of you or mistake your sweetness for weakness, right? Because I always say, sweet I am, but weak I'm definitely not. So make sure that you're setting boundaries for the people around you. And then we've got to honor those, right? We can't just set them and then forget them. We have to actually honor them. And every time that we learn to honor our boundaries, we build our self-confidence and our self-worth. Every time that we ignore our boundaries or we let somebody cross the line or violate our boundaries, we chip away at our self-worth. And we can't do that as women, right? We've got to have high self-worth. We've got to have self-respect. We have to have self-love. All those things are really important. So set your boundaries, what you will and won't put up with. Make sure that they're, communicated to the people who you need to communicate them to. And then make sure that you're honoring your word around those boundaries, that you're honoring them. And if they cross the boundaries or violate your boundaries, there has to be consequences to that. You can't just say, oh, you crossed my boundaries. No, there has to be consequences to that. You determine what those consequences are depending on who you're dealing with. If it's a relationship, family member, whatever it is, friendship, only you can decide what those consequences are, but there definitely has to be consequences in order for them to not surpass those boundaries again, right? So make sure that you are, setting boundaries for yourself. You're honoring and respecting them, and you are setting consequences if somebody crosses those boundaries or violates those boundaries. Okay, so next one is visualize a protective shield around yourself. So if you're around negative people, or if you're around somebody who is negative, because sometimes we live with negative people and we really, we might be in a situation where we don't have a choice, right? We don't have a choice. Maybe they're a family member and, you live with them and they're just the glass is half empty type of person. They're always negative. They're negative Nancy's, or, they're just there's like a dark cloud that follows them around everywhere. So anything bad that can happen happens to them. We all have people like that in our life, right? So instead of, obviously in those situations where you can't do anything about it, because maybe it's a mom, maybe it's a dad, maybe it's, one of your kids, maybe it's a brother, maybe it's a sister. The best thing that you can do is you can visualize like a protective border around yourself, or like an invisible shield around yourself that can't be penetrated with their energy. So you have your energy inside that shield, their energy stays outside of that shield, and you just, anytime that you're around them, you visualize, or anytime they start their negative spewing out of their mouth, you visualize that shield go up and around you, and it's protecting you, okay? So that's a great way to protect your energy from anybody who is negative, and who just is always spewing hateful things. Trust me, I know I had an ex-husband who was negative like that, and I lived with him for 23 years like that. So I get it that sometimes you're in a situation where you can't leave, or, it's not in your best interest to leave, or in your family's best interest to leave, and you have to deal with them and put up with them. But in the time being, learn how to protect your energy by envisioning a shield around yourself, like an invisible shield that protects your energy from his energy or their energy, and it keeps their energy at bay. Okay, it doesn't intertwine with your energy. All right. So that's number 3. Number 4, use a mantra. So as you're in their presence, you can use a mantra like, their energy is not my energy. So their energy is not mine, because a lot of times we can pull in other people's energy, and then we start to get negative. Like everything bad starts happening to us. Have you ever had a day like that where your day was going fine, but then you're in the presence of somebody who's a shitty person or just has a shitty attitude, and then your whole day goes to shit because you let their energy penetrate your energy. And so now their negativity and their energy has become yours. And then now our day is spiraling, right? So to avoid that from happening, try using a mantra when you're around somebody who is, with negative energy. So if somebody's got negative energy, they're in your presence, then use a mantra. Their energy is their energy. It is not my energy, right? Their energy is their energy. It is not my energy, right? Okay. The next one is create a silent or sanctuary space in your home. I don't care how little it is. Like every woman needs like a little sanctuary space in their home, right? That we can go to, just like dudes get to have, like guys get to have their man caves or whatever they call them. I don't know. Women need to have our sanctuary spaces. Like we need to have our sanctuary spaces where we can go to in our home, whether it's a little corner, whether it's a bathtub, a closet, shit, I don't care what it is. Something where you can, like center. Something where you can center yourself, something where you can leave all the negativity behind, something where you can isolate yourself and just be, with yourself and your own energy and away from other people's energy. So maybe you need to do that. Like for me, I know I like to do that at least once a day, where I like to be by myself. Like, my room is my sanctuary, or my patio, my backyard patio is my sanctuary. So that's my sanctuary space. Those two places are the place that I like to go to be alone when I need some me time, when I need some alone time, when I need some, because I have 3 kids, 2 dogs. So, and then I have a boyfriend who has 2 kids also. So my house is always really crazy and really busy. And then I have my mom, and we're a Latina family. So you know how Latinas families are. We're like, always together. We're always doing stuff. My mom's always over here. She lives here like practically 3 days a week. So, I need my space. I need my sanctuary space, and I need like alone time. So when that happens, like I know that, my patio is my sanctuary space. I go out there and just take in the fresh air, maybe have a glass of wine out there, listen to some music, or I go to my room and I do the same thing. So it can be your bathtub. It can be, like I said, it can be a closet. It can be a little corner in a room. It can be like, those like fish netting things, that you see at the stores, like the fish net that hang down from, it's got like a round, what are those called, ladies? It's got like a round thingy, and it's like a fish net looking thing. You could create something like that with little cushions in your room or in a corner somewhere with that dangling down, and go in there and close it all off and maybe read a book and just protect your energy by allowing yourself to have some alone time in a sanctuary space. Okay. All right. Next one is get out into nature. Okay. Get out into nature. You guys, I love nature. Like I love to be outside. I'm like, especially, I live in Phoenix, so you can only be outside for on certain months. You can't be outside in the summertime or you'll melt, literally melt. So you can't be outside during summertime, but right now the weather is perfect. So right now the weather is perfect, right? It's like 70s. It's perfect weather. It's beautiful weather. I literally take like a tray, like a, you know, like a tray that you eat on, or like a TV tray. I take it outside and I put my laptop up, and I can work outside all day long. Literally work outside all day long. Until it gets a little bit chilly. About 4 o'clock, it starts to get a little bit chilly. And then my boyfriend has like a beautiful backyard, and I can go outside in his backyard and work for hours and hours and hours. Change up your space. Like if you're used to being cooped up in the house, especially with coronavirus and quarantine and all this crazy shit going on where we have to be trapped in our homes, at least go outside and get some fresh air and protect your energy that way, and bring in some new energy, like around nature. Being outside is like a big one for me that I know I love to do. So try it, ladies. I mean, I remember when Starbucks, before pre-quarantine, like, just because I've been working from home now for 4 years, and I would go crazy because I'm not used to, you know, I feel like sometimes the walls are closing in on me. So like when I would be pre-quarantine, before all this shit happened with coronavirus, I used to just go outside. I used to go to Starbucks and sit out on the patio and work there like all day long. Like just work on the patio at Starbucks, just to get out of the house, just to create a new space, a new environment, to be outside with nature. And that helps to protect your energy also. Okay. Next one, which I love to do too, is be around water. So I don't know about you, but water is extremely healing. It is very healing especially for humans. So if you are around a body of water and you can go out there and take a walk, or just sit by it, work by it, sit by it, walk by it, stand by it, I don't care what you do, but it's such a great way to like pull in some positive energy. And healing energy, not just positive energy, but also healing energy. So I don't live by the ocean. Obviously, I'm in Phoenix. My ideal spot or workspace would be right on the beach. Anywhere tropical, right on the beach. And when I go on vacations, I tend to go to tropical places that have beautiful beaches. If you don't have an ocean, like I don't have an ocean, if you have a body of lake somewhere, like a water somewhere, a lake, water, what I do is in my neighborhood, we have a lot of waterfall features, and we have a pretty large one, like maybe 2 minutes from my home. So I'll go walk over there when I need to be around water. I'll just go walk and sit, you know, take my journal and sit in front of the waterfall feature for 30 minutes to an hour. Such a good healing vibe, ladies. Such a good healing energy vibe. So try being around water. Even if it's your bathtub, sit in your bathtub and heal around water that way. If you don't have, you know, waterfalls or lakes or anything by you, take a nice, long, relaxing bath and be around water that way. Okay. All right. Next one is meditation. So let me tell you something. I started meditating like 10 years ago, and it literally changed my entire life. Literally changed my entire life. If you have never tried meditating before, please do yourself the favor of trying to meditate for just 2 to 5 minutes a day. Just 2 to 5 minutes a day. It will change your entire world. So if you've never tried it, you can YouTube different meditations. There's tons of them. There's a meditation for every single thing out there that you can imagine. The easiest way to start meditating is through visualization meditation, just because our minds tend to wander when we haven't practiced meditation. Our minds tend to wander. So instead of like trying to sit in silence, because I always hear women say that a lot, well, I can't sit still. I can't either, girlfriend. I can't either. Like I'm like, I have shiny object syndrome bad. If it's shiny over there, I'm like, ooh, let's go over there. Let's play over there. It's this way, that way. I'm all over the place. So I get your struggle, because it's a struggle for me too. But meditation is a necessity in protecting your energy and to restarting your energy every single day. So I like to meditate in the morning. And ladies, I don't get up early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. So that's just not my vibe. So I get up around 10:30 and I start working at noon. And then because I'm more creative at nighttime. So I like to sleep in because I'm thinking at nighttime, and I'm writing content and creating new things at nighttime. So I tend to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I sleep until about 10:30. And then I meditate when I wake up. So it's the first thing I do is meditate when I wake up. So if you've never tried meditating before, try it. It'll change your life. I promise you. Add it to your routine and start meditating, even if it's just for 2 to 5 minutes a day. YouTube some visualization meditations, and you'll find hundreds, if not thousands of them that you could start with. Okay. Meditation. All right. So the next one is to let go of anyone who no longer serves you. Let go of anyone and anything that no longer serves you. So if it no longer serves you, it needs to go. And I know that letting go is not easy. I let go of a 25-year marriage, so I know that it's not easy, right? I know firsthand that it's not easy, but sometimes it's a necessity in order for us to keep our sanity, okay? And sometimes we just have to do it. Sometimes we have to push and work through the pain in order to let go of people who shouldn't be in our lives anymore. And this goes for things too. Let go of things that no longer serve you. So, if you're looking in your closet and you haven't worn something in 3 years, let it go. Get rid of it. It's clutter anymore. Just let it go. Get rid of it. Look around your home. See if it serves you. Is that serving you? Is that serving a purpose in your life? If it's not, bag it up. Give it away to Goodwill. Give it away to somebody who needs it, and get rid of it. Get rid of the things, the circumstances, the people, the behaviors, the thought process, the negative self-chatter, anything that no longer serves you. Try your hardest to get rid of it in 2021 to create your most magical year ever, okay? Thank you for your time tonight. I know time is the most precious commodity that we all have, so I don't take it lightly that you spent this last 30 minutes with me. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye, ladies.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Boss Ladies Mindset channel powered by Crown for Success. Please tune in next week for another episode, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at RVP Queens, at The Girl Gang Confidential, at Crown for Success, at Strong Women Are Beautiful, and of course at Boss Ladies Mindset.